The two cross the line. Trailing there is Johansson in the near corner. Hartnell finishing the check there on Gunnarsson. Up along the boards. The Jackets look to the slot. Johansson a quick shot. And Atkinson trying to send home the rebound with Elliott leaving it right there in the blue paint. Brooks picks it up. Deals it back below the goal line where T.J. Oshie will deal to the point. Up high, Bouwmeester purposely sent wide. Oshie looking for the tip. Oshie now walks out. Wisniewski all over him, and Schwartz sends it over top of the net. Pressure coming here. Picked up there by Johansson. A clearing pass. The Blues able to keep it in up high. No, it's Johansson with the active stick. Now picks off a pass. Moves it with a shot and a glove stop there by Elliott. On the right wing, Reeves to the left side. Jumping up across the line. Oshie looks for that puck in the corner. Schwartz with Stastny. A backhand pass, and it's on to Lidstrom. Moving up his Jaskin, sorry. And the stop made there by McElhinney. Long shot by Bouwmeester. Redirected, but wide of the net.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that trade. I saw Gotch today riding the bike here with the St. Louis workout gear on. And
oh, nice stop there by McElhinney. He'll cover up and hold on. Dubinsky, right wing for Corey Tromp, has got to reach back behind him. Steps aside from Gunnarsson. Here's Dubinsky moving in. Save Elliott. Rebound, scores. The Jackets are on the board. And Nick Foligno, who has struggled to score goals, I believe, will finally find the back of the net.
Let's go way back to the faceoff here. You mentioned a broken stick. But how about the reaction here? David Savard gets it up. Now watch this up ice. Corey Tromp knows he's going to take a hit right there. Takes the hit, gets his head up. Unbelievable play to Dubinsky. And if you're not scoring goals or you're struggling to score goals, you go to the net like this. Nick Foligno bats it out of the air. Look at that. What a shot. That's got to feel good. Well, how about that play by Corey Tromp on that goal, Jeff? That was heads-up play to take that hit, keep the puck.
Skilly using his speed. Oh, my. His stick broke in the shaft, and he could not get a shot away. He was in, home clear. One goal in his previous 15 games. First goal in 10. And that's certainly a major lift off his shoulders.
Yeah. His teammates will be excited for him. We saw that with Atkinson a couple games ago.
Oh, a quick shot there. Turned aside by McElhinney off the stick of Reeves. Still has the blood clots in the legs, but we wish Kimmo Timonen all the best in his efforts to return. Long shot there off the glove of McElhinney. Got enough of it to send it over top of the net on the power play. And that's Shattenkirk. Oh, nice stop there from point-blank range. The left pad there of McElhinney. Outstanding stop. Shattenkirk, an all-star, 24-point Jacket shorthanded. Dubinsky settles it down. Elliott the stop. Rebound, the scramble in front. Standing ground there in front. Bouwmeester. Johansson gets it back. Jackets very aggressive, and they score again. Cam Atkinson, I believe, the last to touch it, as Johansson was all over the Blues deep in their zone. And the Jackets score and take a 2-0 lead.
Great job by Ryan Johansson, Cam Atkinson. How about this guy? Blue Jackets now have got 3 or 4 turnovers tonight, takeaways. Look at this one. Picks the puck. Ryan Johansson finds Hartnell in front. Watch his puck. Off Hartnell's head. Off the crossbar. Cam Atkinson. That's 2 goals from the paint. Hartnell off the head. He'll get an assist for that. Lucky bounce off the back of the net. And how about Atkinson? Another one out of the air.
Up behind the net, Ryan Murray will play it. Up high, the shot sails wide of the net there off the stick of Cole. Another shot goes off the side of the net. A third attempt there by Jackman. And holding on is McElhinney.
Goalie coach Ian Clark would work on daily. I know Sergei Bobrovsky did that too while he was healthy and in the lineup. So big part of the game. They understand that, the goaltenders.
Well, my guest in the intermission, Marty Brodeur, off the air, very complimentary about the play of McElhinney in that first period.
9 minutes in the first period here tonight. He plays right around 30 every night. Ken Hitchcock mentioned that was an adjustment for him, being out of the lineup and coming back.
Steen lets one fly. The traffic in front, and Backes sends a rebound off the side of the net. And if he does, it's a bad one.
Yeah.
Anisimov leads Johansson. Sprints 3. In the clear. Short-handed. Walks in. Shoots. Scores! Jackets' second of the season, 20th of the year for Johansson, and it's 3-0.
That man right there, Anisimov, makes a great play on the penalty kill. Breaks it up right there with a stick. He knows where to give the puck. Ryan Johansson, in the words of Todd Richards, has been driving the team. Watch this here, one-on-one with the goaltender. Keeps it on his forehand. And just snaps it past Elliott.
Across the line, Trop heads off to the bench. Foligno waits for reinforcements, tosses it behind the net. Anisimov attempts to play and does. Throws it in front. Wraparound attempt there by Skilly. Yet another one of the Jackets looking to get off the schneid. The four-line game, and all the lines are effective here tonight.
Yeah, they really are, Jeff. And right from the drop of the puck, they've been engaged and playing the same way. Every shift, they're coming out in waves at the St. Louis Blues.
Elliott with a stop there.
Decisions, good hard work by Corey Trop. Everyone's got their job to do, and he's doing it well here tonight.
Tell you what, Hitch is doing a coaching job. Well, there it's 4-0 now. Redirected by Corey Trop. The shot from up high. Trop gets a stick on it. And the celebration continues here at Nationwide. And we're going to get a goaltending change, I think. Jake Allen will come in for Elliott.
Well, Corey Trop, you saw that little celebration at the bench. Pretty good reason for that. First goal of the season, and watch him go. He's in front of the net. He's seen two guys score in that dirty area tonight. He's battling with Bouwmeester, gets his stick on it, and then here's the celebration, and that feels good.
Oshie cruising in the high slot. Bouwmeester, top of the circle, on for Oshie. Deflects it wide. Stastny. Jackets doing a great job collapsing in front there of McElhinney. Off the side and a goal. Power play goal. McElhinney moved to the near side, could not recover, and the quick attempt gets the Blues on the board with a power play goal.
And that was in the middle of the rink, at the blue line. And it's a pass to the wall, and it's Bouwmeester right there. And that goes short, but wide. And watch this angle. That's a tough angle. But he knows, Stastny knows that McElhinney's might not get back over.
Bouwmeester and Gunnarsson draw the assist at 11-14. Puck turned over. Here comes Atkinson. Moving in, down, and making the stop there is Jake Allen, and he will hold on.
There's nothing you want more than to get that defenseman to get the puck in.
Skilly walks to the front, fires the shot. He hung on. Nobody had any idea where it was except Skilly. But Allen saw it at the last moment to turn it aside. Here's Skilly again, and the stop made by Allen. Like he was earlier this season or at any time or any point in his career here with the Jackets. He has changed his style, and it is certainly a lot more effective for him. Calvert drilled there by Barrett Jackman.
Good play there to keep the puck in.
Up high, Murray chops it cross ice. Settled down here by Savard. Top of the circle, drills it. Allen the stop, rebound, comes back to the point. Skilly shovels it backhand for Murray, unable to play it.
And when you get there and be able to cause those takeaways, that's a very telling stat.
Foligno scores his second from the slot. You got one, I got two. And Nick Foligno has his second, and the drought is over.
Oh boy, did he wire that. That's a slap shot, top shelf. Nick Foligno. His own version of a spinorama. Watch this. Feels good, right? Good play by Dubinsky behind the net, protecting the puck. This puck ends up on the sideboards. Foligno, puck off the skate to the stick. Watch this. Unleashes that over the glove.
The Blues head right home after this one. They've got a nationally televised game Sunday afternoon against one of their nemesis, the Blackhawks, and there's McElhinney with a stop. Jack Johnson's lost his helmet. Taken away there by Schwartz. Aiden Schwartz. On for Butler, right wing, into the slot, comes to Tarasenko, backhand save, rebound, turned aside there by McElhinney.
He's had 3 shots this shift.
Into the ice there by Fedorchuk. Two get back up, no damage done. Bouwmeester left point, gets it ahead, back his deals, cross ice, picked off, and Foligno, 2 goals on the ice, will he make it 3? Oh, and a stop there by Allen. Fans were rising to their feet. Yeah. We were up here in the booth as well.
Right.
Now off the wing, moving in, the shot down. His goaltender, McElhinney. Jackets block it. That went off Ryan Murray. He is down. Left wing pass. Jack Johnson across the line. Johnson in front. Redirected and a goal. Jackets continue to add. And it's now 6-1. The redirect in front. And it is Matt Calvert rightfully adding to the Jackets' lead.
Jared Bold to Jack Johnson. Jack Johnson sees a man going to the net with his stick on the ice.
Good job there by Wisniewski. He waited for the pressure to come, and he knew where Tootin was. 5D now for the Columbus Blue Jackets with Ryan Murray in the room. We're going to see different pairings, guys that aren't used to playing with each other.
Long shot there, saved, rebound, scramble in front, loose puck, and the Jackets steer to the corner. Puck handed here, Joachim Lidstrom. Lidstrom turning away. And fellow Swede there, Wenberg. Cross ice, Pietrangelo off the blocker, rebound. McElhinney followed it, tracks it down. Jackets make the stop and send it back to neutral ice. Jackman knocked down there by Johansson. He's got Hartnell with him. Cruising in, Johansson, Hartnell scores! 7-1, Columbus. And tonight it has been an outstanding performance by the Blue Jackets. We talked from the open. You went through the lines, the balance and the scoring. We've seen evidence of that here tonight. Oh boy, that one hit Connaughton in the back. Jackets scored 2 in the first, 3 more in the second, 3 here in the third. And that will do it.